Hi everybody, hope you're doing well. I was outdoors and I've got my hat on and so if it looks goofy, it's for your enjoyment. But my ears are nice and toasty. It's chilly outside today. We're in this cold batch of air. We've got the east winds that even if they're not really blowing where you are, they're still actually advecting chilly air across the region. Coming to you about 4:30. And the headline is the wind advisory. And so far, this hasn't been overly impressive, but we'll see. The wind advisory posted from our friends at the National Weather Service through 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. Now, notice this is only North Valley, Portland Metro, up into Clark County, the basically outflow area from those east winds firing out of the gorge. So it extends down into about Canby, up through Battleground, out through much of Washington County, including Hillsborough, and then, of course, starts right there at the mouth of the Columbia around Troutdale. Even in this area, though, winds so far have been gusting generally no more than about 30 miles per hour. The one spot that's had some higher wind gust has been out along the Columbia at PDX. If you live in a spot, even in the advisory area where you typically are blocked from the east wind, you probably have had a pretty calm afternoon. That's been the case in my home up here in Clark County. At any rate, I think there's still a heightened risk for the winds to get a little bit stronger than they've been this evening and overnight. Now, the advisory was issued for the possibility of this 40 to 50 mile per hour wind gust. The best chance of anything above 40 is along I-205 and then off to the east. And I don't think winds have even been that strong out there when I have checked anyway so far today. So let me show you the old fashioned tabular 4 o'clock, what's called the hourly roundup. This has been in play forever. I hope they never get rid of it. It's still the best way to get a complete list of observations quickly. So at 4 o'clock, PDX was 44 degrees, and one of the windier spots. This is an east wind sustained at 31, gusting to 39. It's all right. That's nothing alarming, but that's certainly a gusty day. High temperature looks like it's going to go into the books as 46 degrees, which actually matches my forecast high for today. Makes me happy. If you go down to Salem, the high was 47. Thought there might be some 50-degree temperatures down in the south to mid valley. That has not happened. Eugene's max temperature 46 as well. The winds are calmer to the north to the northwest down there. If I scroll back up to the coast, you can see there are east wind avenues all the way to the beach. There's Tillamook gusting to 31, Newport to 30. Astoria not available, but Astoria, think about it, is along the Columbia River. So absolutely that east wind goes firing into Astoria. Let's see here. Troutdale 43. It's gotten up to 46. There's east wind 21 to 36. That's not strong enough for an advisory. So we'll see. I think the Weather Service will at least leave this advisory up through overnight tonight into tomorrow morning. Once we get into the morning hours and the sun pops up tomorrow, if it's not really windy out on the east side, then I don't think it's going to be. That will be actually, I think once we get past sunrise, the peak threat of highest winds, 40 to 50 mile per hour gusts out near the gorge, will be over, and winds will actually start to calm somewhat going into the afternoon. Everybody's dry is what I meant to say. We've actually got some sunshine out in eastern Washington. Baker City's got sunshine at about 34. Anyway, here's what's going on. A couple things I want to point out. I mentioned that we're all kind of in this chilly air mass. So see these highs up here? This is the Canadian high, the Canadian high air pressure. This stationary boundary, the red and blue right here, which is down across kind of south central Oregon, is the southern boundary of that colder air. And that is south of Eugene. That's why we didn't really get the south wind and any warming in the South Valley that some of the modeling was calling for. Okay. Eugene's in the same batch of air as we are here in Portland, feeding off of this Canadian high. And then here's our system offshore. Now, the cloudiness is already throwing itself inland, as you can see, and these clouds will get thicker and thicker overnight tonight, and we'll start to get into some shower activity. The front weakens. This one right here holds offshore tomorrow, comes in tomorrow night into Sunday. So you would assume there's going to be a heightened bit of rain activity tomorrow evening into the overnight as this cold front weakens and starts to push inland. It's a weak system. Again, the strongest threat of east winds, I really feel like fade away during the morning hours of Saturday. And I still think that as long as everything stays on track, we'll get into developing dry weather as we go into Sunday afternoon. But between now and then, here's what we have. So this is the future radar national blended model, all dry as we thought we would be today. And there might eventually be some light showers just kind of nip along the coast later this evening, but overall, this doesn't do much until we get past midnight. Here's 4 a.m. tomorrow morning. You've got decent rain along the coast. You've got light, very light rain starting to show up in Eugene and Corvallis and Salem. And then by the time we get into about mid-morning, now you're starting to see some light rain move up into the Portland area. Now, what this shows, and this could happen, is that while I think the precip rates will be light, meaning light rain, this could be from, say, in Portland, mid-morning all the way into at least early afternoon, 1, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, fairly steady light precip. Okay. So models have been consistent that we get no more than about 15/100ths of an inch of rain in Portland, and at most maybe 3/10 plus at the coast. But the modeling, it's tough to tell in these light precip amount days sometimes. Is it scattered or is it hours of just really light rain? Tomorrow it could be hours of just really light rain potentially. And then remember, we have the front coming in. Well, let's see here. This only goes through, this is tomorrow evening. Here's the front right here, kind of breaking up right where my mouse is, kind of breaking up along the front. It will keep our rain chances going and maybe increase the rain somewhat Saturday overnight into Sunday morning. Also, because this is so weak, any precip east of the Cascades is probably going to be traceable to maybe 0.01, 0.02. Now, remember, we have east winds still blowing out of the gorge, right? We've got Pacific moisture being thrown over the top of that. So it makes sense that there's some sort of a freezing rain or sleet or icy mix possibility in some of the mountainous areas. So let me give you some info. So tomorrow, the Cascade snow level is around 4,000 feet or maybe even a little bit higher, which means if there's any that, according to this, there could be some icy mixing until you get up to that snow level, and then 4,000, 4,500 feet and higher, it would be all snow. So this is showing that the light precip going into Sunday morning, this is Sunday morning, could be some iciness over the Coast Range. You want to check conditions before you travel, Sunday early morning. Same thing in the Cascades, could be kind of icy up there, at least kind of a crunchy mix. And even some very light freezing rain possibilities in the West Gorge Sunday morning. Now, I'm still not sure if the Gorge Saturday overnight, Sunday morning gets enough precip. It would either be snow or maybe some sort of a freezing rain, icy mix. Is it enough to produce some difficult travel? Or is it literally just traceable amounts and it doesn't really do much with temperatures near freezing? So that could go either way. Again, we're going to have to get up and check conditions if you're traveling in the gorge on 84 early Sunday morning. This does show the possibility of 4, 5, 6 inches of snow all total this weekend along the Cascades, Jefferson up into Mount Hood. That would probably be the high end. I wouldn't be surprised if it's more like, honestly, 1 to 3, but this shows maybe there's 4, 5, 6. And it shows certainly the potential of some light snow here in the gorge. Again, this will be developing Saturday overnight into Sunday morning. Okay, so your 7 days coming up for the Rose City. I want to touch on the overall flow pattern for a moment. Here's tomorrow at 4 p.m. This is the European model, the upper level 18,000 foot contours for flow pattern. The little trough right here, that's that front offshore late tomorrow that comes inland tomorrow night into Sunday morning. Here it is Sunday morning, swinging inland. Once that gets inland, I think the moisture quickly dries up. That's why I think we have the possibility of some dry weather Sunday. Tough to tell that from here because we have the trailing upper level low that is expected to throw showers and clouds inland on President's Day on Monday. So this is a cooler day on, well, I don't know. We could hit 50 on Monday, depending on how much rain there is. Clouds, though, and some rain showers being thrown inland. And then right now, it looks like Tuesday has a shower chance, this weakening trough, but could easily be a partly cloudy, just dry day. And then what I really want to show you here, perhaps what you're looking forward to, this is Wednesday, Thursday. Here's Thursday afternoon. See how the flow pattern splits? You hear us say that, a splitting weather flow, right? So notice you got the contour flow pattern up here to the north. You got basically a variable light flow in the middle. Then you've got the southern flow. So you got a northern flow, southern flow. It's a split pattern. Upper level low sitting offshore with no real advection path to push moisture inland. So that's why we think right now, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, even Saturday of next week could all be partly to mostly sunny, really nice days. And with this ridging up top, we could hit some 60-degree temperatures next week as well. Wouldn't that be nice? Okay. Real quick, what's going on right now? Then I'll get you to the 7-day and I'll let you go. Current temps on the mountain, not bad. Timberline 28, Meadows 25, Ski Bowl 20 degrees. You get these east winds, and often it's colder at pass level than it is up top. They haven't picked up really any measurable snow since daybreak today, but over the past 24 hours, Timberline 8 inches. Their base is back up over 100 inches. How about that? That's good news for the snowpack, of course. Meadows picked up 10. Their base is back up to 91. Ski Bowl's got some solid snow at 45 on the ground. So light snow showers, maybe a few inches of snow tomorrow, around freezing at pass level. Again, there could be maybe a little bit of an icy mix below snow level. And then Sunday afternoon, I still think is fairly dry, kind of a mixed bag of rain and snow, light showers on Monday. And then this shows a chance of moisture, but mainly it looks to me like we go dry. I wouldn't pay attention to that moisture chance. That looks dry midweek. Here's Government Camp. Seen worse, right? 25 degrees. At least you can see some pavement. Siskiyou Summit's clean. Coast Range is clean. Santiam's really covered. Willamette Pass is actually cleaned up. And there's Cabbage Hill in pretty good shape out along I-84 this afternoon. All right, so let's check out Bend. It's been cold over there. They have snow on the ground through Sun River. 27 degrees right now. Tomorrow, with cloudiness and some light precip, this shows you folks will get a little bit warmer. This may be too warm, but we'll see. Certainly only in the 30s is believable. And then Sunday, here comes the sun, and that will warm you up into the 40s. And then look at next week after some showers on President's Day, pushing 50 degrees with some sunshine. Boy, that looks really, really nice, right? Let's see here. Some of you folks like to have at least some eyeballs on the Seattle forecast. So let me back up. 48 up in Seattle right now, about the same temperature we've had in Portland. They've got a threat of rain tomorrow. Wouldn't be much warmer than we'll be down here, 51 degrees. Sunday, rain likely in the morning, drying in the afternoon. Same forecast we have. Rain on President's Day. President's Day, you probably get more rain up in Seattle than what you're going to see tomorrow. And then a rain chance on Tuesday. But this is really becoming dry overall. Temperatures in the 50s. So really nice. Here's Portland 7-day. Showers, the strong gusty east winds, especially out east of 205, continuing tomorrow. Sunday, I think it's morning showers. I still believe we have a dry afternoon, partly cloudy skies developing, and light winds, by the way. Washington's birthday, a few showers around 52. Tuesday might be dry, and then we're off to the races, 56, 57, 58. All right. Well, that is your Northwest Portland update. If you haven't subscribed and you like the video, please hit subscribe. My weather site's portlandweather.com. Have a great weekend. I'm meteorologist Rod Hill, and I'll talk to you soon.